fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
Hello everyone and welcome inside of Platte Arena. It is another night of FDN Sports and it's another night of the Crossroads League as the Foresters and the Maple Leaves from Goshen College match up inside Platte Arena. It has been an awfully nice start for the Foresters on the season, but Jaden overall 7-0 here in Platte Arena. They have really been rolling inside of this building so far this year.
Yeah, men's and women's combined are sitting at 14-0 inside Platte Arena. Definitely Foresters love their home turf and they're here to protect it. It's the 7-0 at home Foresters versus the 0-6 away Goshen Maple Leafs. So we'll see how this one turns out.
Maple Leafs so far 0-5 in conference, 3-12 overall. They've got a young head coach, Tyra Carver, who was a very good player for the Maple Leafs during her time there. And she's trying to get this program back on track. But you cannot underestimate this Goshen team because, again, it's the Crossroads League.
Yeah.
Even if they're in the bottom of this league, they're probably better than some of the tops in other leagues around the country.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned, Coach Carver played semi-professionally for the Grand Rapids Galaxy before coming and coaching here at Goshen. So we'll see how some of that, professional ball translates into teaching these girls collegiately.
On the other side, it's Darby Maggard, who led the Foresters to their first NAIA National Tournaments appearance since 2015. You can see her right there. She has done an excellent job, off to a great start, 11-4. A little underwhelmed by the performance at Bethel over the weekend, but that Bethel team's not the same Pilots team of the past. They're having a great season. Huntington got down big. They scratched and clawed. They're short-handed. They've had a lot of injuries, Jaden. 35 missed games combined with injuries so far this season.
Yeah, they've definitely had a lot of struggles injury-wise, but as you mentioned, every team in the Crossroads League is a threat. Bethel was just barely able to knock them out of that one, but they put up a great fight, as you mentioned, so coming into this game with some steam on their head.
Huntington will try to move to 8-0 in the home game so far this season here in Platte Arena. Of course, this is now our third year of the renovated Platte Arena. It has provided a lot of excitement for both the men's and women's team.
Yeah.
This Huntington team, they're leaning on that next man up, and that's something that we'll talk about before tip-off, right before tip-off. But again, it was preached today from Coach Darby Maggard to me that this game is a big game following a loss after what was a 7-game win streak. We'll see if they can get back on track here in Platte Arena right after the anthem and prayer. We'll be right back on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University Baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platte Arena and just about set for tip-off between the home Huntington University Foresters and the away Goshen Maple Leafs. Huntington had won 7 in a row. They were defeated by the Bethel Pilots on Saturday. A lot of things look different right now for this roster, and that's going to change up the starting lineup a little bit tonight here, Jaden. They've got Kendra Sheets, Annika Nelson, Tegan Akers has now started the last 2 games after not starting a single game her freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
And then Addie Shank and Liv Raby will be in there as well. So still players that have had a lot of success, but man, this team has been hit by the injury bug time and time again this season.
That's right, definitely. It's been a bit of a struggle. Lots of switching rotations and starting lineups, but it's always good to get some new players in the starting lineups. It really helps you test out chemistry and all that.
On the other side, in the away black and purple jerseys, of course, the familiar colors of the Goshen Maple Leafs. It's Lillian Knoll, Ava Egoff, Kyla Foster, Lucia Luque, and Carrie Heiler. They're coached by Tyra Carver in year number 2. Darby Maggard for the Foresters in year number 4. We are underway. A Wednesday night at Crossroads League basketball, and Liv Raby has an early open 10-footer. Can't get it to go, and Kyla Foster, who's a great player for the Maple Leafs, grabs that miss.
That's right. Kyla Foster's been a good producer all around there as she gets blocked down in the paint.
That one swiped away by HU as they'll look to push the pace right away. Sheets gives it right back, out and running and up ahead to Egoff. She'll go against one of the top shot blockers in the league, and that's an early one for Liv.
Showing them how it's done down in the paint, Liv Raby.
Sheets uses that screen. Nelson, who has shot it at a career-high clip this year from outside, And now Akers right into the starting lineup, rattles in her first tray of the night.
Akers has always been somewhat of a three-point shooter, at least this season, so cracking open the net very early.
He played 3 minutes against Goshen College last year combined in the 2 games, scored 0 points. So that's already 3 more than all of last year in the 2 matchups.
We're breaking records right away.
Yep, gonna tie up there as Akers couldn't hold on. The crafty senior guard Lillian Knoll gets her team the possession.
Lillian Knoll, this Goshen team overall has a lot of players averaging like around 5 to 8 points per game. They're very well-rounded in that regard.
Okay, looking for an option. It's E-Golf. Claypool, Indiana, the sophomore from Tippecanoe Valley is having a career season as well. 13 games last year. She's been in there every single night this year as that Knoll 3 is off the mark and Huntington pushes ahead again.
Akers just stole that board from Raby down low. Raby wide open.
Now she'll take a rare 3. That's off the mark. Luque grabs the miss. Raby's been okay at 3 in her career.
Yeah.
It's definitely a shot that Coach Darby Maggard is okay with her taking. Maybe not shooting it at as high of a clip as she'd like this season at 23%, but in the past she's kept it around 30% on her career. And then thrown over to Heiler, and now Foster, who we've talked about already, backs her way inside, skips it up top. Knoll's gonna have to shoot with 1 on the shot clock. She does and beats the buzzer.
Great spin move. They just weren't ready for that quick little floater off the dribble.
6.6 points per game for Knoll as she's shooting just 32% from the field, but obviously showing a little bit of her playmaking there. Nelson wasn't ready, shoots it anyways and makes it. What a strange possession, but man, she's the leading scorer on this team now.
At the start of the year, just about 8 per game, and she's really picked it up as the year has gone on, definitely becoming their first option.
Foster carves inside, can't get it to go, fighting for an offensive rebound. Akers pulls it away, now trying to find a guard, finds Sheets, who's on the run.
Shank down low, looking for it.
Finds a cutting Akers, who had the first 3 of the night, and she's called for a charge as the basket will be wiped off, and it's the Foresters' second turnover.
Even with the charge, it's good to get a contact bucket under your belt early on. That'll get your hopes up.
Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of that from Akers so far in her first 2.5 seasons. She's not someone to drive to the rim or cut to the rim a lot. We've seen more of flat-footed, standstill, 3-point shooter, but creating more, and she's going to have to now that she's in that starting 5.
Yeah, I believe 2 free throws on the season. 1 for 2 on the season for free throw.
3 off the mark by E-Golf. We will correct the stats here in just a second. We're working on some of that inside Platt Arena, so if you notice something off on FDN Sports, we'll get that corrected as soon as possible as Raby has another rebound. And Sheets yells for the outlet. She's got it. Kendra finds Akers again, who will cut into the painted area. Shank down inside. Liv got to a good spot and is fouled, and she's got 2 trips to the free throw line coming up.
Liv, overall, a very solid free throw shooter, almost 80% on the season, which you don't see a lot of the time from these bigs, but again, that's why she was first team all-conference preseason.
Now in a junior from Loveland, Ohio, shooting at 78.6%. The first one perfect. She's had a good track record against Goshen in 2 games last year, 15 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. In the second one, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Perfect on that trip. She's become such a good player. She's not having those big, gaudy numbers, but it almost feel like it's coming here soon as we get deeper into the season.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always one more season as well for her to get real flashy.
The long 2 was short by Heiler, and it's out of play. Foresters have possession with 6:08 on the clock.
Carrie Heiler, a little under 40%, 37% from the field. That's a shot she'll take, but not always make.
Sheets will recycle the offense. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 18 it shows above the bucket. Akers looking to find an option inside. Nelson has already made 1 3. This time she puts it on the hardwood. Finds Raby for that short 2. It's off the mark. Akers board. Shank thought about a 3. The forward will put it on the floor, had it ripped away, and Luque's got the loose ball.
Akers not missing a beat coming into the starting lineup with a lot of confidence, grabbing offensive boards and everything.
Tyler again, this time off the mark from 3. Egolf steps into a long 2. Luque has another offensive rebound. Third opportunity for the Maple Leafs, and now
maybe a shot clock thing.
Well, they're discussing whether the ball hit the rim, and I believe both shots hit the rim.
I believe so as well, but it looks like they're going to call the media timeout for the first quarter.
It looks like they're going to come and look to see if that first shot hit the rim, and we will tell you the official's decision when we come back. Huntington up 8-2 here on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Eight to 2, 5:20 left. We're going to show you a replay of what the 3 officials here in Platt Arena were showing. So they're taking a look here at this first shot to make sure it did hit the rim, which you'll see Heiler fired one right in front of the Foresters bench. It did hit the rim, but what I think they're looking at to see it didn't reset appropriately, or it reset with too much of an amount. And they got that figured out. Now there's 8 on the shot clock. So great work by our crew and the officials to get that sorted out.
Yeah, got that solved pretty quickly so we can get right back to some basketball. The Foresters in the last 10 matchups against Goshen are 9-1, looking to close it out. Been a very fast-paced game so far, though.
Got a tough stretch coming up due to the Foresters playing the top 3 teams in the league. As the left-handed shot is good by Ava Egolf. And that's a great move there. I talked about her only playing 13 games as a freshman, only 5.6 minutes. This year, 13 games, 8 starts, playing 26 minutes per game as Raby knocks in the 2, and she's got a chance at another free throw with a 3-point play.
Raby starting out the game very solid, and as you mentioned, a lot of the players on Goshen are going to be switching around with this new coach. Of course, it's the whole system's changing, replacing her former coach from when she played. So we'll really see how that turns out as Raby just bounces it in.
Yeah, gets another friendly roll. She's up to 5 points on the night. And yeah, you talked about Stephanie Miller. She actually took the job as the top assistant at Bradley, which is a Division I school.
Yeah.
But she was here for 13 years before Tyra Carver. And a big reason why Tyra wanted to come back to Goshen and coach where she played, and did so successfully.
Yeah, served 1 year as assistant coach under her before taking over. As they'll go out of bounds there, Foresters will keep the ball down.
Another Maple Leafs turnover. So just so you guys are keeping track in the back and at home, we will not have the under 5 media timeout right now. I believe we'll have the floating timeout in the second half is what the one official said, but now they're discussing. Now
correction, it will be Goshen College basketball.
They're going to say it's Goshen's basketball. So maybe it wasn't the discussion about the media timeout.
That's what I thought it was.
I don't know. Okay, so 4:45, 16 on the shot clock. Goshen looking to get their offense going here. Just 2 made field goals so far Egolf had the last one with that nice driving left hand.
Very all-around crew here. Anyone can do anything, really.
Back on the floor, Lillian Knoll drives past Shank, was hit on her way. Foster rebounds and scores at the buzzer. She is an incredibly good rebounding guard at 5 per contest.
Yeah, that was very impressive, leaping over the bigs down low.
Raby defended well inside by Luque, and it's out of bounds on Liv. Back to Goshen. Going back to Foster, this is her 5th season with the Maple Leafs. She actually had a leg injury last year, only played 3 games and decided to use that redshirt year to come back. And I'm sure Coach Carver and the rest of her crew are glad to have her.
Yeah, Foster is a very, very efficient producer as well as a good rebounding guard, which is something you always want on the team.
Replay of that last shot, tipped out by Liv Raby, 11-6 with 4:06 left in our first quarter. Both teams trying to find a little bit of that offensive flow. Outside Knoll, looking to get right past Shank like she did and threw it away to Nelson, who's averaging over 1 steal per game. And now Annika has it knocked away by Luque, who has really shown the ability to have active hands inside, the redshirt junior from Malaga, Spain.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nelson in particular has been such a solid defender this season, really taking her game entirely to the next level as a junior now.
Shank trying to dribble into that 10-foot area, now looking for an option, keeps that pivot foot down. Liv will put it on the floor, scores again, this time use that contact, almost bounce off the defender and use her offhand to score.
A lot of contact there, somehow still gets the bucket. That's what you love to see from Liv Raby early on.
She's already leading the way for the Foresters as that 3 is short by Knoll, and now Liv's adding a rebound as well. She's got 7 points as Nelson looks to put the Foresters up 10, and she is perfect from that spot.
Man, I'll tell you, I was watching them warm up before the game, and they were just sinking 3s back to back. So Nelson, I'm sure, was already warmed up coming into this one, ready to take a lot of those.
13-6 on the scoreboard. However, I think it's 16-6 on the live stats, which is correct, as they've replaced that now on the scoreboard. Sheets turns it over, and with under 3 left, it looks like a sub is going to come in for the Maple Leafs. But before that, it is a 30-second timeout by Tyra Carver. We'll go ahead and take a quick one with her with 2:47 left in the first quarter. Foresters up 10 over Goshen College on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
(16-6), Foresters in front following this Tyra Carver timeout. And just so you guys know, at home, the stats, if they look a little wonky on your screen, that is not our fault. Even though you might blame us, it's not our fault. A couple of Goshen's players are wearing different jersey numbers than what their roster shows online. So we're trying to get that all sorted out. Like Luque is in 13 rather than 42. We don't even have a 0 on Goshen's roster that we were sent. So we're trying to get that all sorted out here at the moment. And if we do, you guys will be the first to see it. 3 from the corner is in and out. There's Luque again, who's a rebounding machine here in the first half, but Shank gets her miss, and the Foresters look to extend this first quarter lead.
Foresters really put a ton of defensive pressure on that possession there and kind of got in their heads.
Raby is staying busy and draws a blocking foul on Luque. And that will be the 3rd on the team. That one could have gone either way, Jaden.
Yeah, a lot of trip-ups and a lot of like very physical defense down low for the Maple Leafs so far, but Foresters have been fighting through it.
Raby, quick entry. Shank does a great job at sealing defenders, and those two bigs are excellent together.
Shank is on a streak. She had a great couple of games in Arizona. The whole team had good games in Arizona. That was pretty fun to look at all the box scores.
Another three left side is off the mark. Luque again creates another possession. And now the freshman, Paulina Isom, bounces it inside. Fall away, 10-footer is good. And that is, looks like, Nasia Gauze, excuse me. She's usually number 11. She's 0 tonight. And we'll continue to adjust as we go. This is not a situation we're usually stuck with, Jaden, guessing who players are.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times, but not very often, and especially not several players wearing different jersey numbers. But we adjust as we go. Shank against Arizona Christian had 9 points, 12 boards, and then against Embry-Riddle had 13 and 13. So she's been on a roll lately, soaring up the scoring charts for the Foresters as well.
Kyla Foster back to work, uses that offhand to get right around Shank and score another 2. I think she's the one for Goshen that can get it going and keep this one close in the first half.
That's right. Smooth offense from her so far. She's been a leader as this first quarter has gone on.
Merritt, the sophomore, getting a ton of playing time this year, finds Hart-So, who knocks in her first 3. A couple of big shots by players that have not shot it well recently. Hart-So, the next one to do it right after. We saw Akers early in the game do the same thing.
That's right. Both of the smaller guards have been a big presence, at least morale-wise, throughout the entire season, and getting some more playing time as injuries have continued to riddle the roster.
That one's knocked away. Foster again, late in the shot clock, gets Shank in the air, made a quick pass, left side 3 on the way, short. Shank, another rebound, and she's up to 2 on the night. Sheets, Hart-So, same spot, thought about firing. Huntington can hold for the last shot. Shank navigates into the lane. Nelson, another good shot fake, floats it up, knocked off her dribble. Isom has it, 4 on the clock. Foster launches at the buzzer and can't get it to go, as that will send us to the end of the first quarter. A little unorganized, a little all over the place, but at the end of the first 10 minutes, it's 21-10. Foresters, the Maple Leafs, will need some of these shots to start going when we come back on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. It's been a Forester-sided first quarter as we come back into action. Players still talking with their coaches, and Liv Raby has been leading the way for the Foresters, 7 points and 3 boards, but Tegan Akers in her first career start as a Forester, 3 points, 1 for 1 from the field and 3 boards, been really performing well for a guard.
Sorry about that, just trying to get sorted out here. Jaden nicely covering my back as we're trying to figure out the roster numbers. So Live Stats has the wrong numbers for Goshen. We have the wrong stats here, or wrong jersey numbers, I should say, on the broadcast. But our PA announcer, who is Josh Kessler, does have the right one. So we'll take you through it real quick. Nasia Gauze from Hammond, Indiana. She's usually 11. She's wearing 0 tonight. Kyla Smith, who is 12, is wearing 22. Number 13, which is Luque Morales, she is wearing 13 rather than wearing 42 tonight. And then 21, Sarah Elfrey, is wearing 20. So there you go. Little
there we go.
Trivial knowledge for all of you at home.
Got that all sorted out as Izzy now comes in for the first time tonight. been a good performer over these last couple of games. And, of course, that incredible 9-steal game in her debut.
Sheets, another big three. A couple of these Foresters are just looking to find that stroke from outside. Sheets is another one. She has struggled to shoot it, has not knocked in a three over the last 3 games until that one. So another good look for the sophomore point guard.
That's right. A little under a quarter of her shots end up going in from beyond the arc, but she's always going to take a shot that open.
Fennessy cuts through the lane, carves her way with the crossover, and is fouled by Lauren Merritt. And Fennessy, somewhat local from Fort Wayne, Indiana, went to Snyder High School. She is having a great freshman year, averaging 10.6 per contest.
Absolutely. She's definitely been one of the leaders as a freshman for Goshen, as she's shooting relatively efficient as well while scoring pretty high numbers.
The Fort Wayne native gets the first one to go. She's at 78.6% on the season.
Overall, their squad, very solid free throw shooters. That's definitely something they work on a lot if you look at their stats.
It cuts the lead in half. It's 24-12 Foresters. Talked about Izzy Shepard in the game. She's got it now in the left corner. This team is short-handed. They're only using 6 to 8 players a night as Merritt is fouled inside. And that's Elfrey who picks up the personal. Merritt's getting more minutes. Shepard's getting more minutes. We've seen more of Akers and Hartsoe. It just has to be that way. It sounds like Huntington's getting closer to finding good news about Kendall Yoakum.
Yeah.
But even though she's cleared, doesn't mean they want to throw her right back into the fire when she is cleared.
Yeah, Nelson, or excuse me, not Nelson. Yoakum was right behind Nelson in terms of offensive production. She's definitely the one that they look to, especially from beyond the arc. But Shepard has really stepped up in her absence and made a name for herself, the freshman guard.
It's already a familiar name in Forester history. Her dad, Jeff, is the second leading scorer on the men's side in school history, has the most threes in school history, and Izzy's trying to follow that lead as she's getting some early minutes here in the second quarter. Akers, phenomenal rebounder, 5'10", listed at a guard, good pass inside. Merritt couldn't handle, just a little too much on it, but Akers, she hasn't had these big scoring games, but she's coming off 7 rebounds. She's had as many as 13 in a game last year. She can help you in a lot of different ways, even if it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. Of course, rebounds do, but she's going to win those extra tip-out rebounds and loose ball plays that you don't see a whole lot of.
Absolutely. Off the bench as a guard, she's averaging 4 boards a game. That's something you really don't see very often.
That one's taken away. Merritt is doubled and fouled. And that might be on Elfrey again. If it is her second quickly. And that will force Lucia Luque to hop up quickly and back into the game.
Elfrey, 5'11", very lanky figure. She's definitely going to be a threat going later into her career as she starts to really fill out her role.
Huntington with their largest lead of the night, 14, as it's 26-12. Merritt finds Shepard, who will go to her left hand, had it knocked away. Coach Carver is asking the official right in front of us if that went off Shepard. She will not get her wish granted, so Huntington will have 19 to work with on the shot clock.
Shepard was a confident shot taker in her first contest, 25, I believe, alongside 9 steals. So it's the last time we saw her at home. We'll see what she can do tonight.
Sheets drives hard and is rewarded with 2 free throws. And the Foresters have really lived at the line so far tonight. You know, Sheets, she isn't someone that you rely on to score maybe 15 points per night. She's more of your playmaker.
Yeah.
And Gabi Melby last year was a scorer, was a playmaker. But Sheets is really finding that next level here as of late. Of course, coming off a little bit of a slow game against Bethel, but the biggest improvement is turnover. She was turning the ball over a lot early on this year as a first-time full starter. She's only got 7 in the last 4 games, so it's getting a lot better for her.
Yeah, turnovers have been an issue throughout the season for the Foresters, but they've been cleaning it up a bit lately, which is definitely a necessity.
7:40 left in the first half. Huntington up 15 here on FDN Sports. as Akers staying strong along the baseline, forces a tough shot. Luque again just continues to grab offensive rebounds. She's up to 6 rebounds on the night. Shot clock did not reset. Long 2 on its way, and good from Gauze, who just threw up a prayer and had it answered.
Right in the face of the defender, just couldn't even stop her.
Shepard had some space, will now dribble to her right, goes to the rim strong, missed that one short. There's Foster with another rebound. As Kyla will stop it in transition. Great job by the Foresters getting back there. Gauze, who's got a couple of buckets, is now fouled as Hartsoe didn't allow her to land. And now Gauze, who's off to a good start off the bench, has a chance for 2 more at the line.
Gauze alongside Foster, really the way that they play, just like a smooth, shifty guard, it's very satisfying to watch them kind of go to work on the defense.
See Gauze here from Hammond, Indiana. Already 4 points on the night, looking for number 5, and she's got it. And she's about as automatic as it gets from the free throw line. Now in Crossroads League play, Jaden, she's 19 of 21 on the season, and the old broadcaster's jinx makes her 19 of 22, but still an excellent number, right under 90%.
Absolutely, and as you talk about automatic, the Foresters have missed 1 3-point field goal here. Oh, I thought the commentator curse was coming to me next, but now 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. They've been shooting lights out.
Shepard makes it a 15-point lead and has her first triple of the night. She was pretty involved offensively at Bethel, but now with all of the injuries and changes to this lineup, they're going to rely on her to start knocking down a lot of those open looks. She had 7 points, 1 assist, 3 steals versus Bethel. And, you know, you don't expect to necessarily be thrown right into the fire as a freshman, but that's where she finds herself. And it's a good person to do it because her family has had a lot of success at this university athletically.
Yeah, definitely a basketball prodigy coming into Forester basketball.
Raby's already got 9 of the 32. We talked about her having one of those big performances. It's looking like that could be tonight. HU up 17. Alicia Isom looking for an option, freshman on freshman here. Shepard moving those feet as Isom has to find an option. She actually gets it right back. Foster scores again right before the shot clock is over.
Good vision right there. Throws it way downtown.
Hartsoe can't get her second 3. There's Foster again as she pulls down her 4th rebound. Now looks eyes ahead. Cut this game a little closer. If you're Goshen right now, Jaden, you're thinking, let's try to get this under 10 before the half. Just have a little bit of life coming out for the second part of this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're going to want the ball in the hands of either Foster or Zion Finney.
Foster has been busy offensively as of late. She's bumped by Sheet. Luque again has another offensive rebound, but it is a jump ball, and it is going to stick with Goshen with 2 on the shot clock, so there's not a whole lot of time to operate here.
Yeah, they've got to throw it in and shoot it, basically, but Foresters are a pretty solid defensive team, so pretty excited to see how this goes down.
Foster looking for the option. Coach Carver called out a play. It's a fall away, long 2 from Gauze, and it's off the mark as Raby again rips down a miss, her 4th rebound of the night.
Raby's been in the paint most of the game with that 1-3 as Shepard puts another one up.
Good rotation on that. Akers kept it alive, and a foul is called down here in front of us on Gauze. And that has pushed us into our second media timeout area. And when we come back, Foresters will have the ball under their own basket. It's Tegan Akers showing us some of her football skills on FDN Sports.
Hi, My name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University Baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
32-17, 4:47 left in the first half, as we always do here on FDN Sports. I don't even know if I introduced ourselves.
I don't think we did, yeah.
So it's Preston Husband, hello, and Jaden Woods,
hello,
who's become my normal Forrester women's basketball color commentator. He'll do play-by-play in the second half. We want you guys to leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. It looks like your mom already said hello, watching from the Valpo area tonight as Shank goes to work, misses that one. But anyone, if you're a Goshen fan, a basketball fan, a Forrester fan, let us know where you're watching from tonight. We'd love to say hello. It is an all-student crew besides myself tonight. Man, it has been a fun 2025, now into 2026 on FDN Sports.
That's right. It really has been fun. I love being here and drove up here. Been under 2 hours to come call this game, so been a good one so far.
Nasia Gauze has had all of the answers tonight for this Goshen offense. She is up to 5 now, excuse me, as she continues to knock in some shots.
Yeah, Gauze and Foster have been leading the way for them. Raby with the turnaround, Jay, no good.
Gauze grabs the miss again. Of course, she usually wears number 11 tonight, wearing number 0. And doing an excellent job trying to fight her way and Goshen's way back into this game before the halftime break. Luque working with Isom. Alisa cuts into the painted area, finds Foster, who does not take a lot of threes, skips it out to Knoll. And now Luque doesn't know how much time's on the shot clock. Gauze gets it off. It didn't hit the backboard. And it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violations are pretty rare in the Crossroads. Like normally someone either throws something up or they're able to find a good bucket. Because again, all these teams are very, very, very talented.
Got to say hello to Sophie Shepard, first team all-conference soccer player and the sister of Izzy Shepard, tuning in and watching her sister tonight. Nelson back to work, scores a tough 2, and that is really what Nelson's game was through her first 2 seasons. She's now expanded that into being nearly a 40% three-point shooter. So these teams come out, Jaden, and then she can do that to you.
Yeah, she's a sharp shooter for sure this season and a shot blocker. There's another one for her. She had 3 last time out, I believe. Yeah, 3 blocks against Embry-Riddle, I believe.
And listen to this, Jaden. Career high in points per game, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, blocks per game, steals per game, assists per game. That's what you want from one of your players as they develop later into their career. Gauze falls and hits. Man, she has just been unconscious here in this second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely a shot-first player. She'll get her own bucket if the team can't find one.
Nelson and Sheets. Kendra drives inside, bumped, and a circus shot goes as Kendra pulls the rabbit out of the hat and has a chance for a three-point play.
Unbelievable. Somehow throws that one up and no backboard needed, right down the net.
For all the older, not even older, but Purdue fans, remember Huntington native Chris Kramer making a shot from his knees in a Big Ten basketball game. Not quite the same scenario because he wasn't fouled on his way there, but that's close to what Sheets did there as she finishes the three-point opportunity. Huntington back up 16.
Yeah, absolutely, and 1 right there.
Gauze, who's having a big first half, finds the cutting Knoll inside, gets to her right hand. Shank deflected it just enough to force a tough shot and a miss. Nelson, quick entry. Raby is fouled by Luque, who picks up her second, and Raby will go right back to the charity stripe.
Raby 3 for 3 from the line tonight, leading the way in that regard, hoping to push herself into double digits here with 2 more free throws.
Goshen Maple Leafs tuning in from Goshen, watching the Leafs tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying this production on FDN Sports. And then Peter Yoakum, some relation to Kendall. Can't wait for his girl Kendall to get back on the court. I think I saw Kendall's mom and boyfriend both here tonight watching from Platt Arena. So, Peter, we hope to see you back here soon. It sounds like Kendall will get some news here potentially at the end of this week. And we'll see if they can get her back. She is a big part of Huntington's success. And, of course, it makes that rotation a little longer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And they need it going into this postseason. They've got a tough schedule coming ahead of them.
Raby clears out. Sheets staying aggressive. Nelson in transition is 3 for 3 from 3.
Sharp shooter. Just money from beyond the arc tonight. That puts her as the offensive leader tonight, at least in the regard of points.
She's had 20 points right on the dot 3 times this year, and that is a career high. So she's trying to look for that again tonight. Off to a nice start as Foster falls, misses everything. Raby collects the miss. Huntington already up 20, can get 2 more shots, it looks like, between the game clock and shot clock. 1 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Nelson,
oh, come on.
How about 4 straight? Off the mark, nearly banked it in. Loose ball, Foster has it. That's already her 6th rebound of the night. And now Goshen has a chance to cut into this large deficit.
Yeah, 2 possessions on the clock. If they can get a good bucket here, maybe get it back, but no luck.
Luque has just rebounded everything on the offensive end. Now Foster takes a rare triple. It's off the mark. Shank has the rebound, and she finds one of her good friends and teammates, Sheets, to her left. Akers steps into a 3, and she's 2 for 2.
Man, unbelievable. They have been unconscious.
44-21 Foresters, a barrage of 3 balls here as they are 8 of 12 from beyond the arc here in the first half.
75% from beyond is not something you see often.
Inside, nice offense ran, but a shot miss as Akers finishes the half with a defensive rebound. And now in just a few seconds, we'll have Coach Darby Maggard, who will come over and join us, and we would only assume a happy Darby Maggard with a 23-point lead. She's joining us now here on FDN Sports. And we've got Coach Maggard here on the headset. Coach,
hello.
We talked earlier today about finding those other options with a lot of injuries and different things happening within your program to shorten up your squad and your bench. Well, it looks like you had an extra one tonight. Tegan Akers, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the field. What did she bring tonight, and what has she done all year long to deserve this starting role now?
Oh my gosh, Tegan, she's done a phenomenal job for her entire career of anything that the team needs her to do, she will do it. She's an incredible rebounder, and our team needs to work on that today, but Tegan has done a good job of bringing that to our team this year. And then Tegan is a really, really good shooter, and so I love today we are all seeing that pay off because she's done a really good job. She puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort in the gym to be able to make those shots, and so tonight it's awesome that they were going in. But the kid is just a phenomenal kid. Any coach would be lucky to coach her, and I'm really glad I get to.
You had 14 made field goals, 10 assists in that first half. So
Love
you guys
that.
were really moving the ball well. 8 of 12 from 3. What did you see on the offensive end that allowed you to put up 44 in the first 20 minutes?
Well, I think we're doing a good job right now. Obviously, we have 10 assists, but I think finding people, right? Like, I think part of it is just being unselfish and sharing the ball and finding the open person. And then when you're finding the open person, I guess sometimes, when you're open, sometimes it's a little easier to get some shots to go in. And so anyway, I'm really proud of us pushing the pace and finding each other and sticking together. I think that's
Coach,
great.
Congrats on that first half. We look forward to seeing you after the game.
Thank you.
44-21 here on FDN Sports. Coach Darby Maggard joining us. We are just about to send it to a break, and then we'll be right back. Jaden will take over play-by-play responsibilities. We'll see if the Foresters can get a win after their loss on Saturday against Bethel. Looking to get back on track and stay perfect on FDN Sports and in Platt Arena here in 2025 and 26.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5-10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know? And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month, just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is gonna do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose.
To me, Forester Camps is learning new things.
Definitely a lot of fun.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here. It's really informative on how college actually is, and the people are really nice.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
All the professors, all the faculty, they're intentionally welcoming to us.
You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
It was a camp that had so much to offer. Like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here, and it was like I couldn't really pass it up.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible.
Super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun.
To me, Forester Camps is making new friends.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
Some of my favorite experiences were like, just getting out and talking to people with similar interests. People who are passionate with like the same thing that you're passionate with.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
You meet a lot of different people from either from all over the world or here at campus. A lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different personalities, and I think that's a really good opportunity.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
A great opportunity to learn about what you want to pursue in life.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment. Inspiring.
A good look in on the real college experience.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
To me,
to me,
to me, to me.
To me, Forester Camps is
There's a lot of different opportunities with a little bit of Jesus mixed in.
Hello everybody and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. It's been a Forester-sided first half, 44-21 as they lead the way going into the second half. Annika Nelson, man, has been unreal. She's 3 for 4, just missed the last three-pointer, but 3 straight to start this game out with 11. And as you said, she's had some great offense lately. The whole team really has.
Yeah, she's been good, and really looking at the last couple of games against Embry-Riddle out in Arizona, she was 4 of 14, so didn't shoot it as well as she would like. And then at Bethel, just 4 of 12. So Darby Maggard, when I talked to her today, she could not emphasize how big this game was before you get into the stretch between some of the beasts of the Crossroads League. Goshen has been down, but you need performances like this to try to get that confidence back under your players' wings.
Yeah, they've got 7th ranked St. Francis coming up after a game against Taylor after this in just a couple of days. So Marion, of course, Spring Arbor, I'll be there for that one, but there's a lot of tough games coming across, but we've got some live stats to look at if you want to take that away, Preston.
Yeah, Huntington shot it unbelievably well from the field, 14 of 25. You can only dream of that as a head coach. That's 56%, 8 of 12 from 3. That is 67%, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 4 steals, 10 assists to 5 turnovers. Anytime you have a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, your team's going to be in a really good spot, and that's what we saw there in that first half. They were finding the open shooter, and then on the other side, you can't praise them enough for their defensive effort. 8 of 35 from the Maple Leafs, 23%. Huntington was doing everything right on both sides of the floor, maybe giving up too many offensive rebounds, but if you're up 23 at the half, you got to be happy with where you are.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like this is one of those games because this is right before a long stretch of hard teams, and they're going to need to perform at least a level adjacent to this against these teams with all these injuries in order to win against those teams, because it's going to be a rough stretch. But they've been able to push through so far, and obviously Nelson and Raby have led the way, and Sheets filling in for Bailey Kellum has been a very good producer throughout the year.
So you see the stats here on the screen. We're going to show you what the overview of the regular stats have looked like. Huntington at 44% on the year, 30% from 3, 71%. They're averaging 14.7 assists, so all on pace to beat or better those stats. Biggest one, they usually have around 16 turnovers. Right now, that 5 number is so good, Jaden.
5 is definitely where they want to be at this area and where they've struggled to be at this time in a game, but they're locking it down tonight. Shank, no good. That one was way long, as now Knoll will push it up. She hasn't had the best half of her career, but looking to turn it around. It's Ava Egolf now at the top of the key, looking for something. She'll find Zian Finizzi. Been a good producer throughout the year, not too much tonight though, as Egolf will drive in and get a nice left-handed lay.
Man, when Egolf is going to her left and gets that off of glass, it's been a really tough straight line drive for the Foresters to defend.
Yeah, that's something they were practicing a lot before the game. Nelson just hit 4 for 5 now from beyond the arc. That one's money.
Man, she is just lighting it up. 14 points, and keep in mind, we talked about her career high being 20 a couple times this year. She's looking to surpass that tonight.
She keeps teasing us. She keeps getting 20 back-to-back games, but she's great offensively lately. And Finizzi thought about a long 3, but drives in, and the soft underhand lay over the bigger defender is good. It's Sheets now working to the right. We'll find Raby, a lot of movement. Nelson with a wide lane. Nobody spotted her though. Sheets to the corner, Shank. She'll drive on the baseline, put a soft right-handed lay, and that's no good. But she gets her own board, and another one is down for the Foresters.
You just cannot teach that from Shank, that effort to continue to battle and get to the right spots. She's not at her best night offensively, but she will never take her foot off the pedal, and she is such a tenacious rebounder.
Yeah, as a big man, actually led the way down the court a couple times in the first half. We'll see Foster drive in and take a 14-footer. That one will fall. She's been very solid offensively.
And that's her game. She's not going to stand out and chuck 3-pointers. She's going to drive, shoot those 10 to 15-footers. She's got 8 and 6 already and shooting 50%. She's their go-to scorer when she has a good first half like she did in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Shank, another one is short, but fights for her own board, and an unlucky bounce falls out. Foster will push it up now to the right-hand side, working on Sheets. The pass to a cutting Luke is unanswered, but they somehow find a way to get that one back. It's Egolf. She's stopped at the high paint. Now just working beyond the arc. Knoll passes down to Luke. And Luque puts it up off the right-hand side, but no good as Raby pulls that one down. Nelson, fast break offense. She's trapped in the corner now. With Finizzi, who's being very aggressive on defense, drives in, and she's knocked by Lucia Luke, and she'll go to the line now.
You can see Darby Maggard after this play, probably right in the back of this replay, put her hands on her head like, we do not need anyone else going down with any sort of injury. You want your players to play with that kind of aggressiveness, but at this point, with only 2-3 players on the bench each night, you just hold your breath every single time someone leaves the floor.
Yeah, that definitely could have gone worse, but thankfully Nelson is all right and shooting free throws, and that one's no good, but she does make the first. She's 1 for 2 on the night now as Foster will walk it up. Had a good conversation with Annika Nelson's uncle during halftime. Kept me entertained for the little break because I couldn't watch Nelson play. But Foster's now on the right-hand side. She'll kick it to Knoll. A pump fake drive on Shank is no good. A little too hard off the backboard.
Yeah, I don't know if Shank got a piece of that, but Huntington's already blocked a handful of shots tonight. Akers somehow keeps that pivot foot down.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. And tossing the ball up here, the Leaves will get it. Drive off the right-hand side, and that one's good for Finney.
I've seen Zion Finney play about 12 minutes tonight, and I think she's someone the Maple Leafs could build around. She's a long guard. She's fast. She gets to her spots. I think that's someone to watch. Maybe an all-freshman type player for the Maple Leafs this year already.
Definitely could be, and Shank, the stretch big, gets a nice 3 under her belt for the night. And you were talking about Finney. She reminds me, this is kind of a niche reference. There's a Brooklyn Nets player called Zaire Williams, and she reminds me a lot of him, just a crafty forward who can really get to his spot whenever he wants, and that's Finney for these Maple Leafs. It's Knoll now driving in, a spin move, and a nice midi sinks right through the net.
That was so pretty by Knoll, spinning back to her left. Of course, right-handed shooters like to get that in the shooting pocket, getting it from their left to right. That's what Knoll did.
Yeah, those middies are definitely sort of a heat check as Raby misses off the bottom of the backboard, and then the Maple Leafs get possession. It's a shot from Egolf, no good off the back of the rim. Now Sheets brings it up. She finds Shank in the corner, and it looks like she stepped out of bounds off the pass. We'll get a replay on that as the Foresters lose the ball there, but that'll take us to our first media timeout of the second half. Thank you so much for tuning into FDN Sports. It's been a Forester-sided game. We'll see how this one turns out after this short break.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platt Arena. Sorry, I thought I was supposed to go for it. You meant
good.
the comment on YouTube.
You're good.
Hey, we're trying to figure this out as we go, Jay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's been a day. Man, I was just going to say, it's been a night. I was going to introduce us and kick it to you. Who's commenting?
Okay, yeah. So that's what I thought I was going to do, and I just misunderstood. Mark is tuning in from across the pond watching the Leafs. Mark 13125 watching from England. I tell you, we have viewers from all over the world, and I think that is so cool. Goshen is one of the schools. We see it tonight here with Sarah Elfrey. She's from Helzoen, England. And then we've got another player on their roster, Lucia Luque, from Spain. And the men's side for the Maple Leafs as well have a handful of foreigners. We just covered Lawrence Tech in the men's game earlier. I guess that was on New Year's Eve. They had 12 European players, so you just never know who's watching you here at the NAI level. It's a really cool part of FDN Sports. All right, I'm done interrupting you.
All good. Egolf gets a wide open lane to the bucket off the backboard. Nice little lay to start out after that timeout.
Yep, Egolf likes going to that strong left hand, comes in averaging 8.5 points. She's up to 6 now and having a strong start to the second half.
Yeah, for sure. And Sheets goes up, a lot of contact, no good, but the offensive board will get him the bucket.
Man, Merritt, if you look at her stats, 4.9 points per game, 5.1 rebounds. But if you go to the per 40 minutes, they are so blown up.
Yeah.
Fennessy right now just keeps it going, but she just doesn't play that many minutes. If she played more starter minutes, she'd be having this massive season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 5-5 is ideal for sure, as we see Shepard's first time in the second half. Merritt's at the top of the key, speak of Merritt. And now Sheets will drive off a screen. She'll kick to the right. It's Akers, or Hartsoe, excuse me. Loses it for a second. Sheets with a pull-up three off the dribble, no good. Sheets, not her favorite spot right there, and the Maple Leafs will get the board on that one. It's Lucia Luque, who finds Lillian Knoll trying to work on Izzy. Izzy, a very solid defender. And the cut from Egolf is rewarded with a foul on Merritt as she goes up for another left-handed lay. Really does love that spot.
So one thing Merritt can get a little better at, in that situation, she's not straight on with the offensive player, but I've seen it so far this year. If she stays straight up, she's 6'4", probably the tallest player in the entire Crossroads League on the women's side. If she stays straight up, it's going to be nearly impossible for officials to call a foul on her, but as soon as those arms come down, even if there's not a lot of contact, arms go down, the whistle always comes along with it, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the whistle is favored for the smaller player in that situation because it's much harder on them in that scenario. So, and they'll get their offensive rebound off the missed free throw. The three is up from Gauze, no good. And Merritt fighting for it. A tussle on the right-handed side, as it looks like it'll roll out of bounds and Foresters will get it.
Man, Mark's got to be happy watching this game from across the pond. This looks like a rugby scrum as these two were just going at it. It's like
yeah, the whole crew.
It's like the ball is greased in butter. They could not grab it, and it finally goes out of bounds. The Foresters get the call.
Sheets almost gets it picked off by Egolf. It's Nelson now in the corner. She'll find Hartsoe, Merritt, and it's tipped by Fennessy. And really tussling on the right-hand side. A late whistle, and it looks like the Foresters will keep the ball. Yep. They'll receive it right in front of their bench, but that was definitely
I think they're going to come look at this one, Jaden. And just so you know, this will be our floating media timeout. So you go ahead and
so that'll take us to our floater media timeout of the night, and it's 55-35. Foresters lead by 20 as we go into the end of the second half.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. We've got a ref review going on for that last play where Izzy was fighting for it down there, but it's definitely been a Forester-sided game throughout the night, but the Maple Leafs have kicked it up a bit in the start of this second half. They've scored a couple, and they've definitely started working down low, trying to get open shots, especially with Egolf, who's got a couple easy buckets with the left hand in this second half. And Zion Fennessy has been very solid for them as well. As you mentioned, definitely someone that they could build around in the future. A freshman from freshman from Snyder, local. So good to see local players getting involved and a bit of an extended timeout here.
She's a really good player, and she's not found the range yet from three, but what Fennessy has done is been able to get to those spaces, as you mentioned the comparison with the long Zaire Williams on the Brooklyn Nets, but she can get it done in her second career game at the collegiate level. She scored 20 points against Cornerstone. She's had 17 against Aquinas, 17 against Bethel. She's kind of been their spark plug off the bench. And I can only imagine if she keeps playing like this, she's going to find herself in the starting 5 sooner rather than later, because she has just been dynamite.
Yeah, absolutely. Would not doubt it. She's been, if not the leading scorer for the squad, one of the leading offensive participants, and coming off the bench as that. So she's definitely producing at a high level for a freshman in a tough conference where the Maple Leafs have not necessarily been performing their best. We'll take another look at that from our baseline cam. As you can see, fighting for it. They lose it a little bit here. And Shepard, as she does, dives down for it. And looks like they just got a little twisted up there.
And they're just going to call it, it sounds like a play on. There's nothing that was flagrant about that. Just 2 players that got a little tangled up. And that kind of goes with the Shepard name as well. Not only can they shoot, but they stick their nose in there and create a couple of tussles. I know Sophie's done that a handful of times out on the soccer pitch in a good way. I don't mean that negatively, but Izzy's the same way. And if you're a freshman, how do you get more minutes? You play hard-nosed defense, so that's
right.
what you see.
Izzy is definitely doing that and has been doing that. Merritt almost pokes it away there. Nelson in a long underhand layup there. It looks like they're going to call a foul on Nelson. Seemed pretty straight up, but could be the physical contact there that gets that one as a call for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it's probably the call on the hips and the lower body, as Finney looking for her 9th point of the night. Just keeps filling it up. She's only missed 1 field goal so far, but man, when she gets to the line, she's going to do that a lot, Jaden. She's almost 80% at 78.6 coming in.
Yeah, if you're just looking down the roster, you'll see several elite free throw shooters. They're going to get another offensive rebound off a missed free throw. A charity stripe jumper from Gauze is good. Gauze, again, a get a bucket kind of girl. She's just been taking her own shot, and she's been making them. Sheets now driving off the left-hand side. She'll put up a soft lay over the defender.
Man, that is such a pretty move, going full speed with your offhand, flip it high off the glass. She probably taught that one from now the graduate assistant coach Gabi Mel, because she was so good at adjusting in the lane and using the glass to her advantage.
Absolutely, it's E-Golf. She'll kick it to Foster. Toughly guarded, and the combo Nelson-Shepard rip it away, and Nelson gets a fast break layup.
And you're spot on there. It was Izzy Shepard that started the bobbling of the ball there from Foster, and then Nelson just picks her pocket. She's now up to 17. Just great team defense.
We'll see if she stops at 20 again tonight, just to get our hopes up. A tough layup is good. It looks like that was Lillian Knoll. She gets her third bucket of the night, moves her up to 6 points.
Yeah, how about Knoll? 5'7" against 6'4" Merritt. Just used a little bit of that shoulder to force the shot blocker back off the ball and scored it off glass. Nice move.
Yeah, you don't often see a guard pushing around a big, but found a way to there. Some good ball movement leads Sheets to a charity stripe jumper. No good. The ball's rebounded by the Maple Leafs. They'll push it up. Again, it's Knoll with a left-handed lay, and man, they were practicing that a lot. I didn't think they were going to really put it into effect, but they have been tonight.
Yeah, their guards have really shown up here in this second half. I mean, they're outscoring Huntington in this third quarter now by 6 points. So they've brought it out of the break and have at least made it a little more respectable heading into the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've brought it down from a 20-point lead now to a 17, as Annika Nelson will take a long 3 off balance. No good there. Not the shot they were looking for. Is now Gauze leading the way. She stopped. 2 seconds left. The shot is thrown up, but no good, and that'll end the third quarter of Forester basketball for us. It's 59-42. Foresters leading the way as we go into the fourth quarter of what has been a game cited to them. Thank you so much for tuning in to FDN Sports. We'll be right back with more basketball. Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. Foresters close that game out with, or that quarter out with some good defense to end it off as we bring it into the fourth quarter now. Why don't we talk about who's leading the way for each side?
Yeah, Huntington's being led by Annika Nelson. That's kind of been a theme here over the last month and a half or so. She's 6 of 9 from the field, 17 points. Not a lot of rebounds, just one assist as well. But when she's your go-to scorer right now, you got to keep going to her. And so far, she's filling up the well. 10 points, 7 rebounds for Liv Arabi. Just 3 of 9 from the field. Didn't see her much at all in that third quarter. We see her here to start the fourth. Kendra Sheets has 9, 5 assists, 7, 6, and 2 for Addie Shank. Akers had 6 and 5 in the first half. She now has 6 and 6. Merritt with 4. Shepard has 3. Hartsoe joins her with 3. And then on the other side, it's Finney, the freshman, with 9. Gauze with 9. 8 for Knoll, 8 for Foster, and 6 for Egolf. And that was a great third quarter. Goshen might not win this game, but that third quarter gives them something to take home with them as they look for their first Crossroads League win.
Yeah, absolutely. They can say they put up a good fight against one of the better teams in the conference. As Gauze will put up a tough shot there, but that's no good. And it's Shank deep in the corner, hits Sheets at the top. Raby, a nice pass, but got tangled up a little bit, and that's a foul on the defenders. Liv Raby will go to the line as we get another look at that. Great ball movement, but just got the upper arm slapped on that take-up.
So this is what we kind of talked about early in the season with Sheets being a first-time starter. Last year she played in 31 games, 0 starts, 19 minutes per contest. Early in the year, she might get off her feet there, think about a floater, and then throw it. Yeah. But what she does now that she's played in 15, 16 games and started this year, she plays off of 2 feet, draws the defender, and gets the better shot out of that for Liv Arabi, who does split the pair.
Yeah, absolutely. And having the confidence of such a solid squad built around her as well really helps with deciding that you can give up that shot for an even better one, as the tough lay by Egolf is stopped by the good defense from Shank. Hartsoe in the corner, passing it around on the left-hand side. It's picked off by Finney. She'll drive, take a nice transition layup. That's 2 points for the Maple Leafs.
Man, she is so good out in space. Those long strides with the ability to put the ball on the floor. She's leading the way for Goshen, trying to fight their way back into this one. It's not completely out of reach. 16-point deficit with just 9 minutes left.
Yeah, Nelson gets an open look, and of course she's going to sink that one. She's 5 of 7 with triples tonight.
5 threes for Annika Nelson. There were times the last 2 years you'd almost not want Nelson to shoot a 3. Now you think it's going in every time she throws one up.
Absolutely. Egolf takes a nice high arcing shot from down low, and that one finds its way to the bottom. Nelson now 1 bucket away from reaching her career high again, which she broke earlier in the year, as a foul is called. Looks like a reach-in on Finney, and the Foresters will retain possession.
How about this for Nelson as well? 9 straight games of 11-plus points, and that's right in that mix of losing someone like Kendall Yoakum. So that's pretty important to see her having that success. She's always done good things, but her becoming your #1 option scoring the ball makes this team really dangerous as we head down the final stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% correct, as they'll get the ball off the inbound.
Dude,
Nelson wide open again. She'll take it. No good, though.
You kind of feel that coming, though. Get into that rhythm crossover dribble. And, again, if you're that hot and you're shooting the ball that well, why not let it fly?
Exactly. Egolf gets back to her spot, and a high arcing shot hits the bottom of the net. Money.
She had a tough first half, but she has turned it on here in the third and fourth quarter, finding a way to, again, claw this team a little closer. Now only a 15-point lead.
And the shot from the corner is good. It's Hartsoe. 6 points for her now, untouched from the field goal. She's yet to miss.
Huntington now up to 11 made threes. Now make it 12 after that last one. They've already broke the school record in threes in one game. I don't know if they're going to get there tonight, but they're having a good time from outside the arc.
It's definitely a shoot-off. Shank running the ball up the court now. She'll take A position down low, a good pump fake, and great footwork gets an easy bucket down low.
Her and Caden Johnson on the men's team, those two have some of the best footwork I have seen from bigs on the court. She is so good at keeping that pivot foot down and getting to the rim.
Way off the shot from Knoll, but somehow they get another offensive board as Foster ties her career high and rebounds, and it's Knoll with a fadeaway jumper. They'll get a steal off the inbound and put a floater up, but they'll get their own offensive board. A left-handed lay is no good, and finally the Foresters collect it. Sheets drives, Raby down low, left-handed put, stopped by some behind-the-back defense. Just fighting for it down there. Another wide open three, and finally someone breaks the spell. It's Sheets with the triple.
Liv so easily could have put up that third attempt and tried to get herself involved offensively. She made the right decision, made the pass to an open shooter, and Huntington keeps knocking them in.
Yeah, absolutely. Huntington has been incredible from beyond the arc, but a timeout will be called by Tyra Carver, and we'll go ahead and take a break with them. Foresters up 21 as we take another look at this shot from Sheets. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University Baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
Howdy everyone, and welcome back inside of Platt Arena. Foresters lead the way as we go into the second half of the fourth quarter, up 21. We'll see Foster leading the way. She's tied her career high in rebounds as she gets down low, working on Nelson. And Sheets pops by and says, hey, give me them cookies. She'll take that one away as she leads the path for them on offense now. It's Raby at the top, working on Knoll. She'll kick it to the corner. Shank confidently backing down Egolf, and they'll kick it back and get a little reset down to Raby. And Sheets from the corner, opposite side. That one's no good. It'll bounce off the top of the board, and the Maple Leafs have it.
Didn't go in, but still a great choice by Raby to fire that to Sheets.
And it's Knoll. Her shot's been a little off, but she'll get her own board and get a nice assist to Foster.
Foster's such a smart player. Now has a double-double, 10 points and 11 rebounds. A player is stuck in the paint, facing away from the basket. You always cut to the rim, and that's exactly what she did right there.
Yeah, positioning is incredible for Foster as Raby puts up a left-handed light hook shot. No good there. Foster kicks to Gauze. She'll drive in, another left-handed lay, and she'll get a foul and go to the line.
And Gauze, again, another player off the bench. You look at who's leading the Maple Leafs tonight in scoring. You have Finazia off the bench, and then right there behind her is Gauze, who's got 9, a chance to catch up to Finazia. I think these two guards would maybe find their way into the lineup here down the stretch. They have been extremely impressive.
Especially Finazia. She's been great at converting necessarily negative situations into positive ones for the team, as Raby, or Shank, will get the board off that missed free throw. Sheets will drive it down. She'll kick out to Shank. Shank, 2 on her. Sheets, a baseline drive and a right-handed lay.
Such a good pass again by Raby, and now that Sheets has knocked down a couple of threes, the defense sprints out. They don't do a great job staying disciplined on their breakdown, their closeout. Sheets shot fakes, has an easy 2.
Yeah, everyone on this team can really space the floor. Foster with a rare 3, and it just is nothing but net.
27% from out there on the year. That's just her second attempt tonight. She's 1 for 2 now.
Sheets kicks down to Nelson, working on Foster, looking for a little revenge. Sheets, she'll find Raby wide open down low and finally breaks the spell. She's 4 for 13 on the night now.
I think what Liv does well, she comes to the ball and catches it, but she also shields that defender, and she's got such strong hands to catch, slap, and then take that power dribble and score. That's easy to have that one knocked away from you.
Yeah, that's what you want from the big. Finney gets open down low. No luck, a little strong. Shank almost picked off by Gauze, but she saves it. Sheets drives in now, finds the kick out to Nelson, and nothing but air there. Not necessarily what Nelson has been used to tonight.
I think it's so funny when a shooter is like on fire in a game like this, and then they shoot one like this that's like 2 feet left of the basket. You see this one come right into your living room. That's a dangerous spot to be. I think a baseline camera got hit
Isaac
a couple
Winters,
of weeks ago, yeah. There you go.
Emily Karcher. Shank working down low, and a right-handed put-up is no good. It's Foster. She'll stop it, slow it down, kick to Knoll, and the fall-away jumper, no good. She's taken a lot of those tonight. Sheets runs it up now. She'll kick out to the corner. It's Shepard.
That's what she can do. It's in her blood to knock down those open threes. She spaces the floor by running to the corner. Again, Sheets brings everyone with her, and then Shepard knocks down her second triple of the night. She'll just keep getting more and more comfortable the more chances she gets.
100%. She's always taking a confident shot like that. And Gauze with a pull-up jumper, and that'll be a foul on Shepard, it looks like.
Yep, just got
gonna get another look at that, yeah.
Too greedy here, reaching in, and
yeah, you can even see the panic set in as she realized, oh man, I hit her. It's the Maple Leafs now. They've been at the line several times throughout the night, and they've mostly converted. That's Gauze's second make from the line.
And she's the one I was saying was 18 of 20 coming in, and now she's missed 3 free throws tonight. So she's going to find me after the game and probably tell me she never wants me to talk about her free throw percentage again. She does go perfect that time around. We know she's a good free throw shooter.
Shepard, a baseline drive, and a reverse layup is good. 5 straight for Shepard now. Working back on defense. Oh boy, a lucky roll gets that one to fall.
How did that one fall in? And drops in and cuts it back to 21. Huntington pretty much in control. Now just has to break some press and keep getting shots like this.
Shepard again from the corner, no good this time. They're playing a zone press, the Maple Leafs are, and it's been working in the favor of Huntington, and Knoll will now take a long 3, no good there. High bounce, and Shank will grab that one. She drives and looks like a blocking foul on Kyla Smith. Kyla Smith, haven't heard her name too much tonight. She did take one and make one earlier, but was only in for a couple minutes, so she'll come back in during the closing seconds of this one. We've still got 2 minutes left of basketball, though. Shank wants to get it to Merritt, but it's picked off by Egolf. Egolf, fast break, and it's stopped by Sheets. Sheets pushes it up the opposite way. It's Shepard again. Money!
That's her spot, right side of the court. Just write her name down is good as she knocks in her 3rd triple. Big 4th quarter for the freshman from Carmel.
Shepard's got it from the right wing, and Nelson's got it from the left wing. It's Kyla Smith now with it. Sheets applying pressure. She'll drive in, take a right-handed lay. She's perfect from the field with that one.
Nice move there by Smith from Waukegan, Illinois. Went to Trinity Christian for a few years, now at Goshen. Thought it was interesting. She wants to be a sports psychologist after college.
Shepard again. No good this time. Has been a little cold from over there, but sports psychologist.
Wrong side of the
You got to get on the other side, yeah.
I think they'll still take that look anytime they can get it.
It's E-Golf now. Gets Shank a little in the air with a pump fake. And Gauze will drive in. E-Golf with a 3. That one's good. It's a shoot around here. As Sheets will take it up. Sheets drives in, and she'll just go ahead and take the easy little 2. They've gotten a lot of 3s lately. Why not just get your own there?
16 for Sheets to go along with 8 assists and 4 rebounds. What a night.
The commentator curse is really getting you. You were just talking about how she's not going to average 15.
Yeah. Hey, I think anytime Kendra Sheets scores 16 in a Crossroads League game, your chances of winning bump by 20, 30% because she's such a good playmaker. Tonight she's a good scorer, but man, what a performance by this Foresters team.
Yeah, Sheets really, I'd say she led the way. 16 points and 8 assists was really the playmaker for this team as they'll let the clock run out. Annika Nelson had 20 tonight. Once again, 4 games now with her career high tied, but you'll take 4 20-point games even if they're not breaking records every time. Liv Raby had 13, not her most efficient night, but she still had 8 boards and 5 assists, a little bit of a Jokic night there. Izzy Shepard right behind him, 11 points and 2 assists. And Addie Shank, 1 point off of a double-double, 9 from 11. The Forcers didn't have anyone check in that didn't have more or equal to 4 points tonight, so they had a very good all-around game. And Goshen also had a very solid game. Ava Egolf led the way for them, 13 points and 5 boards, and right behind her, Kyla Foster with 13 and 14 boards. She'll break her career high with that one. She was tenacious on the floor tonight, as we'll see the closing ceremonies of this Forester game.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs, you know, they didn't win tonight, 21-point loss, in fact, but they showed a lot of effort and a lot of good things, I thought, overall in that second half of basketball. You've got guards that will just continue to get it done, and they were really impressive with Foster and Foster. Heiler didn't have a great night, but Egolf, Knoll, Finney, and Gauze. I mean, with those guards, you can knock off a team or two in the Crossroads League. I know your back's going to be against the wall, but they have some good pieces, and some of them are young. So look for Goshen to get back on track here over the next few years.
Absolutely. They've got a young head coach now, and in her first year of the head coach of the Maple Leafs, as she's also got some solid assets, and we'll get a chance to talk to Coach Darby Maggard. It's been a little bit since we've chatted, and I think I'll let...
Oh, now I can.
Oh, there we go.
You got us.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. How are you?
It's good to be back. I'll tell you that much. I'm excited to be back watching some good basketball. You guys had an incredible night tonight. Nelson, for the 4th time, has tied her career high in points. Obviously, she's become sort of a first option, but we also have to talk about Kendra Sheets, who had 16 points and 8 assists. Was there anything special that went into tonight, like playmaking? You guys killed it in regards of getting open shots for your teammates.
You know what? I feel like we have been pressing on for our kids to make sure that we're sharing the basketball. And I think Kendra did a really good job tonight of sharing the ball and of finding our teammates, or her teammates. And then, Annika, this has been something that she's been able to do her entire career, honestly. And she's just had, it's taken a couple years for her to kind of grow into that. But she's done a really, really, really good job this year of carrying our team. And I couldn't ask for a better effort for her night in and night out. So Kendra, I mean it. She's a point guard through and through, and I think she does an incredible job of commanding the floor and seeing the floor and kind of watching plays develop and making sure the ball gets where it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone played incredibly tonight. You guys have got a tough schedule left. So obviously you mentioned to Preston this is going to be a very important game. I'll let him take away for a question or two, but this was a joy to watch either way.
Obviously, can you hear me?
Yep.
Obviously you look game to game, and of course you come in just preparing for Goshen tonight. Right. But Taylor fell tonight to St. Francis. So you guys are both 4-2. You're halfway through the Crossroads League season, or getting close to that. How big does that one become on Saturday, and to also keep your perfect record here at home?
Yeah, no, I think it's obviously Taylor is a really, really good basketball team, and they've had a really good year so far. And so I I mean this. It is any single win that you can get in the Crossroads League is a big win. We play in the best league in the country, and it's really, really fun to get to prepare and compete against the coaches and the teams that we play against. And so Taylor is a really good basketball team. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have them in Platt Arena, and I know our kids are excited for the challenge of playing them. And so, yeah, it will be a really good game. And if we can figure out a way to get the win, it's going to be a huge win for our team. Obviously, in terms of just like RPI, I think it'll be a good one for us. And so we're looking to get ourselves in a position to host this year, host a national tournament. So it'll be a good one. We got to go get as many as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. It's great to be back. I'll be back in a couple more games, but I'm excited to see how this season turns out for you guys.
Thank you.
It's going to be a great stretch.
Yeah, no, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thanks for all you do.
Yep, see you on Saturday.
All right, bye.
Thank you to Coach Darby Maggard as we'll close out tonight's broadcast. But stay tuned because we've still got some men's basketball right after this. It's going to be a tough matchup for either side as the Foresters, with one of the toughest schedules in the country, are going to come up against the Goshen Maple Leaves right after this one. That'll take us to the end of our broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to FDN Sports. I'm Jaden Woods with my co-commentator Preston Husband. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.